But the big story was the first ever televised election debate.
You know, the tradition of election debates between the main party leaders, goes back hundreds, if not thousands of years, But this was the first time, obviously, that the election debates had been televised, and I think everyone was surprised by the sheer noise of the debating horns.
The leader of the Conservative Party, David Cameron, the leader of the Liberal Democrats, Nick Clegg, and the leader of the Labour Party, Gordon Brown.
The debating horns have always been a traditional part of election debates. I mean, they sound like a swarm of wasps trapped in a swarm of bees, but you can't argue with tradition.
I love them horns.
They have spoken about 600,000 people. If that's the number, they should come clean about that. I'm not wiggling.
These things were so noisy that they completely spoiled the debates for the people listening at home.
Mr. Parkin.
I'm retired, having worked all my life.
Luckily, horn etiquette dictates you can't blow over a question, only over the answers.
What are you going to do to prevent that abuse?
Let me tell you what I would do. First, we've got to reward work and tackle welfare pillars.
Yeah, this was my great-grandfather Robert Lemuel's debating horn, which we've kept in the family. I don't know which end you blow.
I mean, it was amazing, really. I mean, before the debates, they simply hadn't known they had existed.
Debating horns?
Liberal Democrats.
And for the outgoing Prime Minister, there's the time-honoured tradition of the prerogative of contempt, in which he can use his last hours in office to thoroughly insult a member of the public.
You're joking.
Poor Gordon Brown. Luckily, Jeremy Vine cheered him up. Well, things didn't get better for Gordon. He lost the election and the country was left with a political civil partnership.
And then there was that famous, embarrassing question about Cameron's joke in the campaign.
Prime Minister, do you regret once calling the Deputy Prime Minister a gurning, shoe-faced balloon?
We're all going to have. I'm afraid I did once.
Right.
We're all... Come back!
It turned out Clegg couldn't take a joke and Cameron had to replace him with someone much less sensitive.
Let me ask you about the book. Am I alone in feeling that it's disastrous? Let's be honest. Really bitter and toxic and arrogant and vain, venal. I quake at the imbecility of it.
Well, pretty much.
I thought it's a boring, petty, malign, endless, wearisome and sinister book to a degree that cannot be surpassed in any other work of fiction.
There is some truth in that, actually, and I reproach myself for that in a way.
I spent an awful lot of my time shifting in my chair and jabbing my fingernails into the palm of my hand to stay awake. The only diversion, for the sake of my health and sanity, was to have two transvestites on the spot.
Of course, and I understand that.
A lot of people would say, well, it's absolute crap.
It's the way it is, so there's no point in complaining about it. But that's my, that's what I think. Many may disagree.
Tony Blair, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.